Hello again. Now we're going to see Spanish pronouns. We're doing Morphosyntax Unit 3, Spanish pronouns. It says, pronouns are a small closed class in both Spanish and English. In Spanish, there is a full set of distinctions for person, first, second, and third, meaning yo, tú, él, and number, singular and plural. The plural form for the first, second, and third person would be nosotros, vosotros, o ustedes, and ellos. A partial set of... So, it says Spanish has a full set of distinctions for person and number. So there are two affixes, two suffixes that tell this information regarding Spanish pronouns. A partial set of case distinctions, for example, the particle se or me or le, etc., also show case. What does case mean? Let's say reflexive. Reflexive case or reflexive form. It shows a reflexive form. So these suffixes, le, me, etc., add information, meaning reflexive. And then it says specifically mark gender forms, male and female. Okay. For example, nosotros and nosotras, male, female. And a level of formality, which many languages do not have, including English, category in the form of the second person. So we have tú, we have vos, usted, ustedes, and vosotros. So too many options. Alright. Notice that Spanish words carry a lot of information. Why? Because Spanish is a fusional language, a fusional type of language, while English is an analytic language. So they belong to two different categories, two different families as well. Spanish comes from Latin, Romance language, versus English, which comes from Germanic. So very different, one from the other. It says, in some variations of Spanish, a distinction is made between masculine things and person as the referent of the direct object when singular le, referring to persons, and lo, to things. And this phenomenon happens in Argentina, for example, and is called leísmo. Okay? Le and lo, right? In Paraguay, for example, we never say lo for things, okay? Le pinté. Let's suppose we say le pinté a la mesa, okay? We would never say la pinté a la mesa. That would sound very weird, okay? We don't use le, la, okay? The English pronoun system, the English pronoun system is simpler than Spanish, with distinctions from number, case, for example, nominative case, meaning that woman is a subject, it is a subject. Nominative means it's a noun marker, woman. And possessive, woman's. So this suffix, this affix is called possessive, and it shows case, okay? And also gender, okay? The English pronouns with gender. Now, look at the following chart here. The following chart illustrates the extent of the potential conflict between the two systems. We have English, which is much simpler. Here we have gender. Her is female and him is male. Okay. And in Spanish, wow, Spanish is super rich in this in this comparison, very rich system, which creates a learning problem. Who do you think will have more problems learning a language, a foreign language? A Spanish speaker learning English or an English speaker learning Spanish pronouns? Yes, you're right. They will have more problems. Poor people, they need to take into account number, gender, and reflective form, etc., etc. Too many things into account. We do have problems with his and her, for example. Him, her. Usually when we're learning English, we have problems with that. We Spanish speakers. Okay, look what it says here. An important problem revealed by this chart is the correspondence of 16 Spanish forms to the English pronoun you, which is not normally marked for gender, number, case, or formality level. Let's go back. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow, they are 16. Too many. 4 people, 4 foreigners learning Spanish. Okay, that's it regarding Spanish pronouns. There is not much to say about Spanish pronouns other than saying that it's a super rich system in comparison to English, and that English speakers will have more problems. Now you need to do the exercise. Okay, most of the English pronouns have from 2 to 4 Spanish equivalents, except them which has 6. This comes from the previous paragraph. Should go up. And then you have 2 exercises. The first one says fill in the gap in each sentence with one pronoun. For example, I have promised a holiday this year. I've been working too hard lately. The key word here is I. So the promise that this person has made is for themselves, right? For himself or herself. So, do you think a reflexive pronoun would be suitable for this? Yeah, right? So let's try a reflexive one. Myself. I've promised myself a holiday this year. I've been working too hard lately. So, myself matches this, but this is not very important. Myself matches this. This is the key part. Okay? So please work this out and then do this exercise on relative pronouns. The following sentences contain a missing relative pronoun. Write the missing word in the space provided. The student common room is the only place, and notice that the word says place. Place is a key word. Which pronoun matches the word place? Yes, you are right. Where? Yes, where you can smoke. The student common room is the only place where you can smoke. Is where a relative pronoun? Yes, it is. It connects sentences. Super. That's it. Goodbye. See you. Do the exercises and make sure you ask me questions if you have them.